How long were you in hospital for?
5 or 6 days, but then like I didn't leave my house for like 8 months.
Really?
The sound of like a step on the floor or something like I shit myself.
Now, Tom, obviously, all of this lifestyle that you have has come quickly, like
Yeah.
in terms of what, 7 years, something like that.
Yeah.
You're from is Bedford a small town?
It's a small town.
Small town.
Yeah.
Did people's perception of you change, do you think, when you were going around town? Like, because I often find, and I don't want to put every town in the same category, but when you get someone who's made it from a small town, there's a lot of envy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How do you think people perceived you?
I think everybody's just really proud. That's what I'd hope to think anyway. Like when I'd go home for like Christmas or something like that, like, you know, you'd go back to that local pub and you'd see everybody from school, and it was just wicked. So yeah, I honestly don't think there's any envy there. There might be, but I don't sense that, and I don't really look for that either. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're thinking about that and you're like, oh, you don't like me, then it's kind of like just playing on your head. And
Can eat you up.
It can eat you up. So like everybody's proud. Everybody's like just buzzing for me, and yeah.
That's cool.
Good.
It's kind of like, obviously, you know my cousin Franco Fraser.
I do.
Like much smaller in terms of scale, but he's
amazing.
He's from Thetford, and I think everyone kind of proud of him as well. And he's kind of like
he's amazing. He's talented, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
he'll be chuffed to hear you say that, because he speaks highly of you as well.
Village.
You told us last time didn't you get attacked once?
I did, yeah.
Was that in Bedford?
That was in Bedford, yeah.
Was that somebody who didn't like your music?
No, that was just a random. Imagine, don't like your music, bang.
Tell us about that.
I was outside KFC and I was 18, and we played like a little gig in uni, Bedfordshire Uni, and I went to go KFC, and I was literally outside the shop and I just got beaten up, but it wasn't just a beating up like, okay, cool, bang, it's fine. It was like I was put in hospital, broken jaw, and then that just came with a whole lot of depression after that, because I was just like, when I was like a teenager, I thought like everybody loved me. I thought like I was that kind of kid, innit? Just like, just life was just a bit where. But when this happened, it just put me down a hole. But if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be here now, 100%. Right?
Really?
Yeah, I feel like that knocked the creativity into me, and that like made me open up to what my feelings were, and I found it hard to talk about it to people. So the best thing for me was to write about it, and then I realized that I was writing songs, and that's when I went to London, and then learned how to play guitar, and then got this book out that I'd been writing in about all the things that were going on in my head and that, and I realised, oh, these are quite good lyrics to put in a song, and it all kind of happened from there.
Fucking hell. So that's two of us in this room that have metal plates.
Do you have metal plates?
Yeah.
For what?
When I was, well, all my life until I was about 21, I had an underbite.
Okay.
So they had to like cut some...
Break your jaw?
Yeah, and then put it back in.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Does it hurt in the winter?
Sometimes I get like lockjaw.
Yeah.
You can feel it, yeah. I mean, there's getting beat up and there's getting fucking like destroyed. What had they been to your show? Did they know who you were?
No.
What? Oh, it's a completely random.
Random, yeah. Like I just got bear hugged basically, and then just baff in my face.
Were they stealing stuff off you, or was it purely just someone jumping?
Just out of the random. So weird. Let's go beat someone up for the fun of it.
Was there a few of them?
Who punched me? There was one, but there was a few of them. Yeah, like. But
did anything ever happen to them?
Yeah, like, oh mate, it was a whole mad thing, like where I can't even go into that, but I got what am I trying to say here? It was just a mad like thing what happened with that, and then he went to jail. But he came out of jail that day that he did it to me.
Did he?
Sorry, I get all fucking like choked up about this because I'm like, don't know whether to say that because it puts me back into that fucking like scared mode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was deep what happened. Like when I come out of hospital, I had messages, I had all this craziness because, yeah.
Wow.
Like, and I didn't, yeah.
How long were you in hospital for?
Like 5 or 6 days, but then like I didn't leave my house for like 8 months.
Really?
No.
See,
I like the sound of like a step on the floor or something, like I shit myself.
How are you doing now?
I'm all right, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all right now. I am good now.
Mm.
Like, that's something that I've had to learn and deal with. Do you know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, that is obviously a shit situation,
Yeah.
but there's a kind of beautiful kind of irony to it, because those lads, now I don't know who they are, but you'd assume if they're going around doing that to people, they're not successful. They're probably still stood outside the same KFC, right?
Yeah.
And
I
look
hope not, because they'll be beating people up. But I
I know what you mean.
I hope they're in jail.
Yeah.
Still, and I hope or if they've not, if they've learnt from it and they've now hear me on the radio and like,
That's the thing.
I mean?
Yeah.
I'm. If I ever met him, I would be like, thanks
Yeah.
for being a bit of a dickhead. But
A bit of a dickhead. Yeah.
you've made me, mate. So cheers for
That's class. I love stories like that. We were
Yeah.
speaking to Dynamo once.
that.
and
Yeah,
he
what
was
a legend, by the way.
class guy.
Yeah.
Absolute class
Yeah.
guy. And when he was younger, he still is now, but he was a very timid, shy individual.
Yeah.
And he used to get bullied. And one day, the cool guys who he wanted to get in with, they invited him down to the lake where they all used to smoke and hang out. And he was like, "Oh fuck, this is cool. Like, I've been invited down." And he went down there. And they pushed him in the water, and he was like, as a kid, that really affected him because he couldn't swim. So he obviously that you take that pain
I
further
fucking
on in
hate
life.
bullies.
I know.
That makes me fuming.
I know.
That makes me so fuming.
But what he's done, so very much like what you've done, is taken a huge negative and now becomes successful on your own right.
Yeah.
He then did that trick, and I know he didn't actually do it, but then he walked on the Thames because he wanted to walk on water to prove that I can do whatever.
Oh, what a ledge.
Yeah, and now when he goes back to where he's from, I don't think he goes out much anymore. But like when he would go like to the clubs and stuff,
To the club.
like the bouncer used to be one of the bullies and never let him in, and now he just gets VIP straight through the
Yeah, I bet he
club.
fucking shows them the fucking middle finger as well.
Yeah, so that is class. That's
I
class.
fucking hate bullies though.
But fair play to you though, mate, because you said you didn't leave your house for 8 months. You could have just crumbled and been in there, and then.
Well, mate, I did crumble, man, and like it was a lot of deep stuff going on in my head where like I had to have a lot of help. And
Yeah.
a lot of things before I did something silly, and it put my mum into depression. It really did fucking fuck up a lot of my life and my mum's life too. So it was crazy.
That is all when they beat you up, they see the physical pain they leave there on the pavement, but they don't see the years of pain after that and the years of recovery and
to
stuff.
be fair, I held the bang. Held it. Didn't fall over or anything.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't fall over or anything. I was just like, I knew that my face is like falling off. But I didn't fall over. I just go, doof, doof, doof. And I walked into KFC. I was like, I've my jaw's broken. So I held it. So the physical pain was like, I was like, but I'm not falling over. Because if I'd have fell over, then it could have been a whole different story. But then, obviously, mental just went mad.
Yeah, fair play though. Like, I mean,
Sign me up for the boxing fight. It was just like a load of bricks had been thrown on my back, yeah, and someone was pushing me down, going like that, yeah. But it was just like nothing was there, yeah. This is honestly truth, bruv. This is mad, yeah. It's mad. It's so mad.